Hello, everybody, and welcome to the drive-thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pig Dog's YouTube channel throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. I want to give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru. Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who'll be on the show for today. All right, we got Chris Ruffalo with us. Rod Zawacki is doing the reboots. So if you saw him on the members' YouTube, after that, he had to restart his computer. And we got Brian Bittler with us, Joanne Burtz, and Goran Kukar, Dion D'Amico in Las Vegas, and Joe D'Amico from Las Vegas. Here's how they're going to line up tonight. Dion and Joe D'Amico, Joanne Burtz, Bittler, Ruffalo, Zawacki, Kukar, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, pretty good weekend of sports today. We got the still action in the NL and ALCS, and of course a lot of football in the NBA.
Well, Tony, you said it yesterday. Got to hope that the Braves closed it out, and unfortunately they couldn't. So definitely a couple of exciting baseball matchups this weekend. Loaded basketball, baseball, football, hockey cards. This is what we live for as sports fans.
Yeah, definitely. Got to wonder what's going through the Cardinals. I always said it's the Braves. It's the Braves. I'm so used to Cardinals and Dodgers. I'm so used to the Cardinals knocking out the Dodgers. It's always in my head here. You know, almost every playoff series, the Dodgers are playing the Cardinals. But it is the Braves. So I'm going to wonder what's going through the minds of the Braves as they fly home, knowing they're looking at Scherzer and Buehler on full rest.
Yeah, it's you know what? I have to think that they still have some confidence. We've seen Scherzer get tossed around a little bit. I know he's on full rest, but if you're not confident, well, then you've already lost the battle, I think.
All right, let's get the show going underway here. We're going to go ahead and welcome Dion D'Amico, the founder over at Pig Dog Room, where she does fantastic work. Dion, what's going on?
Not much. How are you today? Doing good.
It's going great. Love the fall weather. I'm sure you like out there in Vegas now. No more triple digits.
Oh my God, it's the perfect weather right now. Just a little bit of sun, a little bit of breeze. It's the perfect time right now.
Oh, sure is. All right, here we go. Pac-12 action on Saturday here at Cal. Hosting Colorado. Cal lane 8.5, total 44.
Yes, sir. So right now, Cal has yet to earn a win over an FBS team this season. Their sole victory came against Sacramento State. Colorado's season isn't too much better, but the Buffaloes come off a decisive 34-0 victory over the Wildcats, coming into this game with some confidence in a defense that allows less than 20 points per game. Urges me to take nearly double digits with Colorado, which, by the way, have covered 4 of the last 5 meetings in this series. So I'm going to take the Buffaloes here. All
right, Dion here taking Colorado plus the 8.5 over against California Golden Bears. All right, Chris, Colorado got their act together last week with that impressive win against Arizona.
Yeah, they did. And then to the point, I don't know why Cal's such a big favorite here. I think it's the lesser of two evils to take Colorado, but I was also looking at the under in this one. I don't trust either offense really as far as I can throw them.
Yeah, kind of a low total here. Dion here on Colorado plus the 8.5 against Cal. This one has a start time of 3:30 Eastern Time. All right, Dion, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs tonight. Big baseball game up on the board. We got 4 from college football. Good NBA card of 10 games. What do you have going on over at Pig Dog Cream? You see you're doing fantastic work in college football. 480 units of profit. What's happening over at the site?
Right now I'm 2-0 in NBA, and I'm writing a 19-13 run in college football. I have one big winner for tonight in NCAAF, and I have 4 of my strongest plays for tomorrow. All of those will be posted along with my NFL for Sunday and more NBA winners right after the show right here at Pig Dogs.
All right, guys, get on board here with Dion D'Amico over at Pig Dogs. You see the numbers, 480 units of profit. College football having a great start to the NBA as well. She's showing profit here yesterday, the past 7 days for the year. And right now she has her Friday night lights winner going on over at Pig Dogs Cream. Get on board with her college football play. 19-13 run in college football, and that one release is a strong play from Dion right now. You can also take those winners and go long-term with Dion because she has a 3, 7, and 30 sports pass. Now, that 3-day sports pass is a great pack right now here on Friday because you get all of her plays here would be college football for week number 8, NFL week 7 here for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, including all the baseball and NBA plays. And get on board here with Dion's 3-pack right now, or 3-day all sports pass over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Dion, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again next week.
All right, thank you. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, Dion D'Amico here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on with our coverage. We'll go up. Let's continue in Las Vegas, Nevada, and welcome Joe D'Amico over to our drive-through show. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Let's go ahead and wire in Joe D'Amico right now. Here he is right now. Joe, what's going on?
Not much, Tony. It's time for our viewers to adjust those volumes on their phones, tablets, and computers. We go from Dion D'Amico to Joe D'Amico. Don't mix us up, guys. Tony, as you guys mentioned in the first segment with Dion, it is just a gorgeous day, gorgeous weather in Nevada. This is a time of year. It's just, it gets a little brisk in the morning, afternoon, sunny and warm, evening, a little brisk once again. We just got in a new wood-burning fire pit we'll be installing tomorrow out back. The other night, Dan and I sat out there with our dogs. As you know, we got 4 dogs. Sat out there, had a nice glass of Louis XIII. She had a nice glass of white Italian wine. We sat out there and just mellowed. This is just a perfect time of year. But we are very excited about, we're going to some more football games over the Legion. We've got tickets to a couple more games over the next few months. We're excited about that. It's just a great time of year. And, NBA is now in full effect. We're right around the corner from really what my favorite time of the year is, college basketball season. We've got great games, great matchups every day. And unlike last year, with some odd restrictions we had and odd things happen with some of these college teams, I'm just looking forward to a real good college basketball campaign. It's hard to believe we're literally just weeks away.
Yeah, we're weeks away, a couple weeks away from the start of college basketball, and they all start at the same time. There's a huge card here when they get started here in early November. I believe it's on a Tuesday. We got a game going on Saturday here with Virginia hosting Georgia Tech in ACC action here with the Cavaliers laying 6.5, total 64.
Well, Tony, Chris, sports fans, Virginia's on a 3-game win streak, both straight up and against the spread. The first 2 games of those 3 as underdogs against Miami, Florida, and Louisville, both on the road. To me, that says a lot about this team. Then last week's absolute shellacking, 48-0 over Duke at home. The Cavaliers bring into this matchup one of the nation's top offensive units in total yards and passing yards. Guys, the Yellow Jackets are allowing over 382 yards per game, which does include, guess what? 228 passing yards per game. Wow. Quarterback Brennan Armstrong, over 2,800 yards passing, a 64% completion rate, 19-6 on the ratio. Guys, I'm going to make a bold statement here. A couple of more solid performances by this kid, and he'll be mentioned. I said mentioned in the Heisman talk. I'm going to tell you that. Counterpart Jeff Sims, 4 picks, 4 interceptions his last 2 starts. There's no way he and the very pedestrian offense will be able to keep pace with Armstrong and the high-flying aerial assault of Virginia. Here's some against the spread numbers that I felt were very interesting, my friends. The home team, 7-2-1 against the number the last 10 meetings in the series. The Yellow Jackets are 1-4 the last 5 on the road. 4-12 of the last 16 versus teams with a winning record. The Cavs, 7-3 the last 10 in conference play, and 10-3 the last 13 overall. They get us bettors paid. This line, just before taping, dropped to 6.5. I liked it 7, love it at 6.5. Take Virginia here, folks. You're going to take your bookmakers' money.
All right, we got Joe here on the Virginia Cavaliers laying the 6.5 here against Georgia Tech. All right, Chris, we know this Virginia team, they can move the ball, but do give a little bit on defense as well.
Yeah, I keep having PTSD with Virginia with that 59 points against North Carolina, but I do think that Virginia, just the better team here. I think that this line is right on at 6.5 because I could see a 7-point win for Virginia here. I was also looking at the over. It's shot up 4.5 points already since the open.
Yeah, you look at the over here. Of course, the Virginia team that scores a lot. They gain quite a bit of yardage. I know offensively with Armstrong puts up some pretty strong numbers here for that offense. And as you look at the defense here, giving up about 534 yards a game. So we could see a lot of points scored in this one. Joe is on Virginia here, laying 6.5 against Georgia Tech. This one will have a start time of 7:30 Eastern time. All right, Joe, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium tonight. Well, nice card, 4-game card from college football. 10 games from the NBA. Of course, we got that big ALCS game tonight. We've got it could be an elimination game for the Red Sox as they're hosting the Astros. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, Tony, I'm very excited. Great time of year to be a sports fan, a sports bettor, and to be a person that follows Joe D. 2-0 in NBA, MLB 17-8 run. Last weekend, 3-0 on big games in football. I had 2 conference games in the month on Saturday. They both won. I reached my first 10 dimes play on Sunday. They're now 12-0 the last 4 years. Guys, this weekend, I have nothing but big game wins for you. right after the show. We're doing the show 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Within 3 hours from now, I have the games right here, guys. I have 6 big winners on the college football card. All big games, a couple games in a month in there. And on Sunday, it looks like I'll have 2 to 3. I'm waiting on one line movement that's going to go up just after the show Friday. Nothing but big game winners. This is an ideal time to take advantage of a 3, a 7, or a 30-day package, which will be all-inclusive, because we've got college football, pro football, baseball still left, the World Series, the Fall Classic, and we got NBA, and in a few weeks we've got college basketball. Get all 5 of these sports with me. 7, 10, the 30-day would cover all sports over the next month. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm kicking ass, I'm taking names. Come along with me, and you will too.
That's right. Get on board here with Joe D'Amico over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the numbers here, past 30 days, 386 units of profit, all documented on the site. If you go to Joe's profile page, you can check out every play. He's got his big NBA play going on tonight. He calls it his Miss Oddsmaker's mistake. He used to work in a book so he can sniff something out. And he sniffs one out here tonight. Get on board with that one play, $25. And of course, you can always take that winning and go long-term with Joe with that 3, 7, and 30 All Sports Pass. That 30 All Sports Pass will get you every play from Joe from the NFL, college football, NBA, and of course Major League Baseball playoffs into the World Series and the start of college basketball, which is just a couple weeks away. So good time to get on board with that 30-day All Sports Pass with Joe D'Amico. Also part of the 2-for-1 capper promotion. If you had a second capper, even greater value there. All right, Joe, as always, great having you show. Enjoy the weekend in Las Vegas, and we'll talk with you next week.
Tony, Chris, thank you for having me. I'm going to stick around a bit. I want to listen to my bash brother, Brian Bittler. He's kicking butt and taking names, too. I want to listen to Goran. I love what he has to contribute. Jovan, you got some of my favorite people. And, of course, my Italian brother from up north, Chris Ruffalo. I love him. Boy, is he cute with those new glasses. I can't stop looking at him. Boy, is he a cutie. We look like twins. He's adorable. I love him. Tony, and I always love starting and finishing the week with you because you're my favorite host in all the world. I'm telling you, it's Merv Griffin and Tony T. Thank you for having me. Everybody out there, good luck and have a winning day.
Winning today, Joe D'Amico. We'll talk to you next week here on the Drive-Thru. Joe D'Amico here. And also, you can catch him on the weekend shows, mornings that they're on a lot with Mitch. So tune in at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Saturday and Sunday, as both Joe D'Amico and Dion D'Amico contribute. Let's continue on here on the Drive-Thru. Just want to remind you guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started with that morning show, and that gets started at during the week at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, but this weekend it's 10 a.m. Eastern Time. During the week, it's 11. So Saturday, Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, it's Mitch, it's Rod Zawacki, Brian Bittler, Joe Madden. Of course, this is when the drive-through cappers make their invasion, Saturday and Sunday. You'll have a lot of those cappers. You'll hear Chris, Jovan, you'll hear Al Ninos, Joe D'Amico, Dion D'Amico, Big Al McMorty. A lot of our cappers on the drive-through will give out their plays on the morning shows Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And of course, we always ask for your help, guys. Help us build our audience with those likes, those thumbs up, Chris. It really helps us build our audience.
Absolutely, Tony. It does. I always say I don't know if I can really ever tell anybody how much those likes really help, and it doesn't cost you guys a thing. All you have to do is just scroll underneath the video. You're already still listening to our lovely voices. That's not going to go away. Just click that thumbs up because, like Tony always says, it helps us reach a new audience, and like I said, we always appreciate the love and support from you guys.
We certainly do. Those likes, those thumbs up, keep them coming in. All right, let's continue on here on the Drive-Thru. Jovan Birch, you'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, doing good work in NFL and college football this season. Jovan, what's happening?
Not much over here. Just waiting for the game tonight and, see what happens.
Let's see what happens if they continue scoring those runs. We're seeing a lot of runs in this series. I think these teams are going over, just about every one of them. But we're looking at NBA tonight as the Nuggets will be hosting the Spurs. The Nuggets, 7.5-point favorites, total 221.
Yeah, so I'm on the Spurs in this one. Now, to be clear, Denver's the better team, more talented team, but who's the better coach team? Popovich, he's the better coach in this one. And as you can see from the first game of the season, he has players that can score. Seven players in double figures. It was against a bad Orlando Magic team, but it doesn't matter. And when you have 7 players that can score, that means that they're scoring in their first set of rotations and that second unit. The starting 5 scoring and a couple 3 players in the second unit, and you keep the wheels turning. This line is at about 8 right now. I think it bumped up to 8. So that's 4 baskets right there. And with Denver, I like them as an underdog team more than a favorite. In 8 points early season, it's a lot to ask for. Even with a team like Denver, who's battle tested, has the best player on the court, in Djokovic. I mean, in Jokic, and I just think at the end of the game, I think it's gonna be within the 8 points.
All right, Javon says go ahead and take the Spurs plus the points. You can shop, get the best number. We're seeing some 8s now in the marketplace. All right, Chris, I mean, look, San Antonio hit 43% from beyond the arc. That was a pretty good three-point shooting display they had in their opener. They can see if they can keep this up. Of course, 40% of shots in the NBA now are from 3, so we're going to keep a keen eye on these three-point shooters.
And as well as being well coached, they also take care of the basketball. They only committed 8 turnovers in that game against Orlando. While Denver, they won the game, but they had 17 turnovers. And when you're giving up 9 extra possessions, that could be the difference between a cover and not covering the numbers. So I think if we see that kind of defensive effort again from the Spurs, they got a real shot in this one.
Yeah, we'll see how that rolls. Of course, San Antonio allowed just 40% shooting, but of course that could have been from the opponent. Orlando, Joanne, looks like probably one of the worst teams in the league with OKC.
No doubt about it. They're absolutely one of the worst teams in the league. But hey, you only face who's in front of you, and they handle business. 20+ point win. You gotta hand it to them, and it's with me with the NBA, especially in the first couple weeks of the season. I look for underdogs to cash. Of course, you're going to have some games like the Utah OKC game where it's just going to be a bloodbath. You're going to have those games, but you're also going to have games where it's closer competition like this one. It's not that far of a gap between these two teams. You do have San Antonio. They're going to be a playoff team, whether they're in the playoff playing game or whatever. It's going to be the West, the Western Conference. Every game in and game out, you're just going to have, teams that you're just going to, you're going to have to battle. You can't take any nights off. So, early season, I just think that, they keep it within this point spread.
Yep, good player development there from Popovich here. Spurs plus the 7.5 or 8 against the Denver Nuggets. This one has a start time of 9 Eastern time over on NBA League Pass channel. All right, Javon, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Stream tonight. Good card from the NBA. 10 games in the NBA. We got 4 going from college football. Actually, 3 left. 1 just kicked off. We had that one big baseball game tonight. 605 units of profit in college football, all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, so one of the games just popped off. The worst game that you'll ever see on the slate. But so I'm just gonna repurpose some things. Probably put a 3-pack up there. I had a 5-pack. I had my Take Flight Friday triple threat 5-pack, but now it's gonna turn into a 3-pack. So check that out. It's the weekend, so what I'm gonna do is college football. Gonna keep this winning train rolling with that. I'll probably have 7 to 9 plays in college football. Got a big slate of NBA games tomorrow, so I'm gonna dig into that right after I post my college football package. And on the Sunday, you know what it is. It's the NFL. Let's keep this thing rolling. Match me with one of the other cappers for the 2-for-1 promotional. Catch my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, my yearly, one of my season passes, the combination pass. It's all there. Pick Dog and Sports Chat place.
All right, guys, get on board here with Joanne Burst over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers, 605 units of profit in college football. Good time to get on board with one of his long-term passes. That 3-day pass, his 3-day Fire Pack pass, all of Joanne's plays for this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from Pick Dogs Premium. His premium plays gets all your NFL for Week 7, college football for Week 8. We got NBA action. We got a good day, 10-game guard tonight, 8 games going on tomorrow. So a good time to get on board with a long-term pass. That 3-day all-sports pass is a good one for the weekend. And of course, you can take those winnings, go long-term with Jovan, because he also sells season passes. He combines his NFL and college football pass into one. He calls it his picks and gold. Only $700 for the rest of the season here from NFL and college football. Regular season, postseason, playoffs, as well as bowl games. All right, Jovan, as always, great having your show. Continue that good work. We'll talk to you on the drive-thru on Monday, but I believe you'll be booked for the weekend shows at 10 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday, Sunday.
Absolutely. You need me for the recap?
We do. We'll see you in the recap. Thanks for the reminder.
All right.
All right. Joanne first here on the drive. Oh, yeah. Trying to keep up on all the happenings here. That's great to get that help. All right. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Brian Bittler is up next. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's also part of that morning crew this weekend at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So let's go ahead and bring in Brian right now. There he is. Brian, what's going on?
Not bad, not bad. It was a rough weekend, but ever since then, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, winning days. So I'm trying to follow it up tonight. So hopefully this weekend we're going into is going to erase what last weekend did to me. So I'm ready to
the players need to win once in a while. They got to remember how it feels so they can keep playing. They got to have a winning weekend once in a while. All right, here we go. Tonight's action, Utah State to host Colorado State. We got Mountain West action here with the Rams laying 3 on the road. Total sits at 58.
Yeah, it was not a great card for a Friday night, but this was a game that I saw some value in. Colorado State, although they are 3-3 of the year, they lead the Mountain West Conference. They've won 2 straight games, and they've looked pretty respectable versus a very good Iowa team on the road. In fact, this team has been very good on the road versus teams with a winning record, going 21-8, last 29 against the spread. Rams have also covered 4 straight games against these Aggies. Utah State got a win last week, but it was just barely over a very weak UNLV Rebels team. To me, it's take Colorado State, lay the points. It should be a nice, easy cover to end your night.
All right, Brian says go ahead and take the Rams here, lay the 3 here against the Utah State Aggies. All right, Chris, we did see Utah State get beat up in a recent game here against Boise State, putting up just 3. The other home game, they lose by 14 to BYU at home.
Yeah, I just think that head-to-head with Utah State here, it's a matter of 2 things for me. The Colorado State being the hotter team, they're also the healthier team. The bill of health with the Aggies is just longer than my arm. And the Colorado State Rams, they weren't great last year, but they're actually doing pretty well this year. I like the value that we're getting, only laying a field goal on the road with Colorado State.
Colorado State laying the 3 here against Utah State. This is one of your TV games at 9:30 Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. Well, we got a good board from the NBA. 10 games in the NBA. We've got about 4 from the NHL. A big baseball game tonight. 234 units of profit past 7 days. On the plus side, what do you have going on over at the site?
I'll tell you what, it's been I'm going for 5 straight winning days tonight. I got my AAC Game of the Month in college football. You can get that for $30 at pickdogs.com. I got my NHL Game of the Month, my biggest NHL bet all month. That goes down at pickdogs.com. Also an easy NBA winner. So you get 3 plays in my Friday night Pound Zone package. 3 plays, $40. Pickdogs.com premium pick section.
That's right. Check out the premium pick section at Pick Dogs Premium for Brian's Friday Pound Zone. His 3-pack goes for $40. Good time to get on board with that 3-pack. His best bets of the night. Of course, you can take those winnings, go long-term with Brian with that 3, 7, 30 all sports patch. You get every play that Brian releases over at Pick Dogs Premium for the period you choose when you go to the profile page and you make that purchase. If you had a second capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. You can match up Brian with Rod Zawacki, with Chris Ruffalo, with Mitch, with Javon, Joe D'Amico. 2-for-1 capper promotion, some great value there. Speaking of great value, Brian, I know you're part of that YouTube members VIP. Now with all the sports overlapping, we got games pretty soon around the clock with college basketball starting. This is the time to get on board, right?
I'll tell you what, the best time of the year to join the best value in handicapping, YouTube Premium and VIP. We have college basketball coming up just around the corner. There's going to be so much action. Something like this is really a must-have service with that VIP, with that late-breaking info, late games that I would have added to my card if I had the chance. Plus, you get a premium pick every day from me. Plus, you got Mitch, Rod, Joe Madden, all putting their picks into the mix. Definitely a tremendous value. Check out the links below for the YouTube Premium and VIP.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Brian, it didn't take too long here to need it because these injury reports, even when they start, even when these in week 1, they're just the first games are long. You need to know who's playing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Also, I've been doing NBA first bucket props, and I'm looking for 3 straight winners in that. It's kind of like a first touchdown, only it's the first basket you get your bet over with right away, and I like it. Definitely fun.
Yeah, guys, follow the link below and get signed up. All right, Brian, have yourself a great evening. We'll tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time for the weekend shows.
I'm looking forward to Rooflo tomorrow. We just got to get Tony T in the weekends, and it'll be a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I'll be on next Friday. I'm booked for Fridays.
All right, that's cool.
Send the email over to Joe, man. It's a pretty crowded field there. I like to get. I'm all alone on Friday. It's just me and Mitch and Joe. It's like
That might be
I got a little elbow room.
That might be the way to go. All right.
All right.
We'll see you guys then on Monday.
All right, Ryan Fittler here on the drive through. Let's continue on with the coverage here. Joined with Chris. We now are going to go right to Chris. It's his game tonight, some NBA. So let's go ahead and put up that game information for you right now. So tonight it's the Celtics hosting the Raptors. The Raptors are in action here, 7:40 Eastern time. Boston laying 6.5. Although, this is 6.5 now. It opened at 8, so there's been money coming here on Toronto. I don't know why. Anyway, but the total here sits at 218.
Yeah, as Tony so wonderfully and eloquently put it the other day, my Crafters. They did not show up against the Washington Wizards at home, only putting up 83 points. And, while we can say, hey, yeah, the Raptors are probably going to be able to bounce back at some point, I don't think it's going to be against the Boston Celtics. On the other hand, I do think Boston regresses a little bit. It did need overtime to get to 134 points against the New York Knicks in their first game. We're not going to see Jaylen Brown shoot 16 of 30 with 8 threes again. Probably not also going to see Jason Tatum shoot 7 for 30 with only 2 of 15 from 3. But I do think that the law of averages kind of plays out tonight, and I do think this one comes in under the number. I think this could be a very, like a black and blue style, hard, physical type of game where I still need to see the Raptors put up some solid offensive numbers before I'm going to trust them to do much of anything. And I think this is, like I said, first to 100. I think this is going to stay around maybe 200, no more than 205 points. But look for the under to come in this one.
All right, Chris says look for the under to come in this one. And, when you look at the Raptors, 31% shooting, and they were, 20% from 3. One thing to note here, we look at Boston shooting percentage. It was kind of low at 41%, and that's because they took 57 three-pointers in that game.
Yeah. And, I mean, you look at the 3 starters or the 3 players, actually, I should just say starters, because they were only 3 guys on Boston's lineup that had double-digit three-point attempts. Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, and Jaylen Brown, a combined, 15 of 40 from three-point range in that game. Not going to cut it. I think that this is a spot where Boston just has to be a little bit more deliberate and a little more firm with their shot selection, not just settling for threes. And I mean, 57, even in today's NBA, that's a lot. So I think this is just a game where you're going to see Udoka and Nick Nurse basically pounded into their guys that they've got to be better. I know saying 134 points, you got to be better, but realistically, they have to clamp down on the defensive end as well. And like I said, I think you're going to see a couple of pissed off teams in tonight's action for sure, to put it nicely.
Yeah, Boston took 62 pointers and 157 3-point. Almost half their shots were 3-point shots. We're getting at 40%. They're trying to get the league to 50% 3-pointers. My goodness. All right, Raptors Celtics under total of 218.5. And this one will have a start time of 7:40 Eastern time over on NBA League Pass Channel. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. 288 units of profit past 7 days, showing profit here over at the site. Big card from the NBA. We got 10 games. We got 3 going in prime time from college football and a baseball game. What do you have going on over the site?
Just for the record, if they keep shooting threes like that, I like the under even more tonight. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Tonight I got my Fast Break Friday NBA 3-pack. Starting to get into the NBA. I'm starting to get a little more comfortable with it, and I found 3 plays on the board tonight that I absolutely love. Plan on going 3-0 tonight with those. And, this is the time, like we always say it, and we said it over the last week, this is the time to hop on long-term, whether it's just me or you pair me up with someone who's part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. When all these sports overlap all the way up to 30 days or a year, you're going to start getting college basketball where I did my damage last year. So definitely hop on board with those. The season passes are up, and got to mention, my Puck Dog partner, Rod Zawacki, and I have those NHL exclusive plays up in our Puck Dogs package. There's tons of options for you guys over at Pick Dogs. You just got to go check them out. So do that, and I promise you we'll make you some money.
That's right. To make money here with Chris Ruffalo over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here. 288 units of profit past 7 days, all documented over his profile page. If you go to Pick Dogs Premium and you go to Chris's page, you'll see all his plays for sale, as well as the documentation of his picks. They're graded immediately, so it all adds up here. The past 7 days, 288 units of profit. He has his NBA 3-pack going on right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get on board with that for a really affordable price. It's just $30 for his best bets from this 10-game NBA card. Of course, you can take those winnings, go longer term with Chris. He has seasonal passes from all the major sports up here: NFL, college football, NBA. If you want to check them out for the weekend, that 3-day sports pass is a really good buy here for on a Friday, because you'll get all of his plays for 3 days. It would include NBA, NFL, and college football, and NHL and baseball. All right. Let's continue on here on the show. Joined by Chris. A reminder, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. It's Friday. It's Steak Friday. So that means it's time to go ahead and welcome Rod Azowaki to the show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. Let's hope he signed in. Oh, we got him signed in. Rod, what's going on?
Hey!
All right.
Made it. Sorry,
Made it.
Sorry, a little bit late, but
No worries.
I made it.
You made it. No, you made it. We had you booked, so it was okay a little later in the show. All right, here we go. 10 Eastern time. Golden Knights to host the Oilers. Vegas going to lay $1.25, total 6.5.
Yeah, and this total's high for a reason. You look at this Vegas D is just giving up over 4 goals a game, and giving up the most shots in the NHL so far this early season is this Vegas Knight team. Their defense is like not even showing up. They're just been awful. And this Oilers team, who gets tons of shots on goals, and you're going to give them all these shots on goals. Their offense is clicking on all cylinders and scoring over 4.5 goals a game right now. And this is your D. Even the Oilers here, their D is not the greatest. They're giving up about 2.5 goals, and that gives us 7 right there alone. I think we're going to see a whole pile of games. Oilers 5-1 to the over after allowing 2 goals or less in their previous game. They're also 4-1 to the over their last 5 road games. And you look at Vegas, 8-3-1 their last dozen Friday night games to the over. So I think we're going to see some goals in this one. And if you can find anytime goal, and you can take McDavid over 1.5 points. I think he easily gets over 2 again. I wouldn't. That's something I'm going to take all season long. I think he's averaging over right now. He's sitting at about 1.89 points per game, and I think that's going to rise right up over 2 points a game the rest of the season. The way he's going, he's just lighting goals up, lights out, easily, hands down, going to win the Art Ross this season, hands down.
All right, Rod, on Oilers, Golden Knights over total of 6.5. You know, when I saw that score in that Kings Vegas night game, I said 6-2. Are you sure you didn't get the wrong team there winning the game? No, it was the Kings winning this. I couldn't believe that one.
Yeah, no, it's just been. It's the perils of having. I've said this before. It's the perils of having Robin Lehner and Malcolm Subban as your 2 goaltenders. If you're the Vegas Golden Knights, I mean, I don't know where Vegas got that idea from, but they have to change it soon. It's not going to work. I love the over tonight. Edmonton's goaltending tandem, not that great either, but yeah, it's still 7 goals should be no chore for these 2 teams.
Yeah, for the Oilers team putting up almost 4 goals a game, so we're seeing a lot of scoring here from Edmonton to start the season. Rod, on Edmonton and Vegas, over total of 6.5. This one has a start time 10 Eastern time, NHL center ice package. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. We've got some games on the board from the NHL. We also have 10 from the NBA. We got that big baseball game tonight, 3 from college football. 235 units of profit documented in the NHL this season. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And for me, I've got 4 plays in the NBA. I absolutely love this NBA card tonight. 4 plays, which include my 10-star NBA rip that I love tonight. Also, one of my NHL best bets. You can get all 5 over at Pick Dogs Premium. Just click on the link below in the Premium Picks tab, and you scroll down. You'll find me there. And you can grab my Steak Friday Rim Rocker package. We'll get you all 4 NBA plays and my top NHL play on the board. Available over at Pick Dogs Premium, or like Chris says, it's long-term time. This is the time of season where you got so many sports going. It's the best value to jump on something long-term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, or even I made. I did it last year for a bit. I put around this time of season, I put up a half a season special where you can get 6 months of all sports pass for $600. $100 a month gets you all my plays from now for the next 6 months, and that brings you right to today's the 22nd. That'll bring you right to April 22nd. So right on through March Madness, right through the Super Bowl, right through all the College Bowl games, everything you name it. You jump aboard, you can get that for $600. Get my 6-month all sports VIP package for you.
Yeah,
great deal there. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. 6 months all sports to pass there from Rod Zawacki. That'll get you right to the end of the regular season of the NBA, probably the first week there of the playoffs. So you see Rod Zawacki's numbers here, 235 units of profit in the NHL document. Tonight, he's got his Rod's Steak Friday Rim Rocker 5-pack. So his best bets today, 4 NBA, 1 NHL. So get on board with his best bets tonight over at Pick Dogs Premium. It's only $35 for that 5-pack. Affordable pricing there. Or if you would prefer, we're here on Friday. We always talk about that 3-day All Sports Pass. A great time to get that 3-day pass. Get all of Rod's plays for the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Got you covered for the NFL, college football this week, NHL, NBA, of course, Major League Baseball playoffs. We will have a Game 6 in the NLCS tomorrow. So we'll see if the ALCS is getting tomorrow. But we definitely have a game here as the Cardinals cannot close it out. And they needed to close it out because they're looking at Scherzer and Buehler on rest. So it should be an interesting weekend here in Major League Baseball. And, of course, Rod always makes sure that NFL Monday Night Football is in there for Sunday if you get that 3-day pass on a Friday.
You bet. Definitely a great value there to jump on a 3-day. You can probably throw in the Monday as well because I like to throw it in early, get ahead for Monday. And a good start to the week. That's
right. All right. So get on board with Rod Zawacki over at Pick Dogs Premium. By the fact, if you get that 3-day pass, he's also part of the 2-for-1 capper promotion. If you had a second capper, even greater value. All right, Rod, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll tune in tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time for that morning show that you're part of.
Yeah, you bet. Tune in to the morning show on Saturday. And this Saturday would have been your best day, Tony. It's not so much. There's a little few less light cappers. It would have been a great day for you to jump aboard.
Oh, yeah.
Come visit us over there on the morning show on the weekend.
Oh, we'll see if we can make a weekend. I've got a Friday book. I'm booked all Fridays now. We'll see if we can add a second day to that on that morning. All right, Rod, have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you. We'll talk to you next week here on the Drive to Rod Zawacki here on the show. All right, let's continue on with our coverage here. Joined by Chris. By the way, if you missed any of the picks, we'll do a recap at the end of the show. Let's talk some English Premier Soccer. A soccer play from our guy Goran. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He also contributes to Sports Chat Plays. Goran, what's happening?
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Chelsea here facing Norwich. Chelsea, we got the line here, laying a goal and a half, total 2.5.
Yeah, Chelsea is a huge favorite here, and this is the matchup between the top team and the weakest team in the league. Norwich has just been horrible so far. They have scored only 2 goals in 8 games. They are conceding 2 goals per game. I don't think there's anything in that team that would be, that would possibly make them turn the season around and maybe secure the EPL status for next season. They are the newcomers once again, and I think they will get relegated at the end of this season, and I don't think it's even going to be the competition for them. As far as Chelsea goes, they have won the Champions League last season. They are at the top of the EPL right now. And if they can keep playing like this, at least for the bigger part of the season, I think they might actually win the title this season. And they would absolutely be well-deserved just because they're a great team defensively. They are scoring a lot of goals. Yes, they have a few injuries for this game. Lukaku and Werner will be absent. But this is the team that still has a ton of offensive firepower, a ton of great players who are eager to prove themselves, and I think they will do it in this game. I'm going to take Chelsea in over 2.5 at -125. For one of the best teams in Europe, in Chelsea, I think this is a fantastic price, and I'm not missing out on that.
All right, Goran here taking Chelsea, Norwich over 2.5 goals. Chelsea to win. The return here -125. All right, Chris, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Goran and I talked about this when we were filming videos earlier. I thought that this is a complete mismatch, and I think it's going to be treated as such. I think Chelsea just wins this one from top to bottom. And I mean, you look at Norwich, 2 goals for, 16 against. Yeah, they've got 2 draws in back-to-back games, but they haven't scored in 4 games. If I wanted to watch a group of guys struggle to score for 90 minutes, I'd take my friends out to the bar. This is just it's not a good look for Norwich this season. So I think it's all Chelsea all day here.
All right, looking at all Chelsea all day. And, of course, Goran's play is Chelsea. And, of course, parlaying that with Chelsea and Norwich over 2.5 goals. Your return, -125. All right, Goran, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, a big weekend here in the EPL throughout the leagues in Europe. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, the big week is the usual week for me, but this is going to be the great weekend, Tony. We have a ton of big matchups all over Europe. I don't think I'll be moving away from the TV on Sunday. We have some great derbies. For tomorrow, I'll probably have a 7-pack ready for you guys. This week's Champions League has been excellent. A lot of profit. Today was good as well. and we'll be continuing at the same pace this weekend as well. We have some midweek matchups next week as well, so jump on those 7-day packs that will get you covered throughout all of that.
All right, guys, getting on board here with Goran Kukar over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll have a big play. He's talking 7 plays for Saturday, so get on board over at Pick Dog Stream. He also has 3 7-day sports passes over at Pick Dog Stream. He's got his Soccer Monster season pass, 9 months worth of his soccer picks for only $210, which is a great value there. And we're talking about the EPL. We're talking also about Champions League. We've got the World Cup qualifying, all the plays there for you for the next 9 months of action with Goran's Soccer Season Monster Pass. All right, Goran, as always, great having you show. I know you're part of the video series with Chris with the videos over at Pick Dogs.
Yeah, we have 11 videos, I believe, for this weekend. I think they should be up shortly on YouTube. So if you want more free picks, those are all great odds that we give out. Also visit the Sport Chat place and read the articles I put out. So there's a lot of free picks going on. If you want premiums, join the premium packs. But I think you have a lot of options, and I don't think anybody's even close.
All right, yeah, that's right. Check out Goran Kukar over at Pick Dogs Premium, as well as the Pick Dogs YouTube channel, and under the category for the soccer picks with Chris, with either video series, and he's a written contributor over at Sports Chat Place. All right, Goran, have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you next week.
See you guys next week.
All right, Goran Kukar here on the drive through. All right, let's continue on with our coverage. Reminder, guys, if you miss any of our picks, we'll do a recap after my pick. So let's get started here. It's a college football play for tonight. We're going to be looking at this Memphis game against UCF. This one starts at 7 Eastern time over on ESPN. Memphis laying a 1.5, and the total here sits at 66.5. And I'm going to take the Memphis team here, the Memphis Tigers. And of course, they're coming in here at minus 1.5 points on the road here. But the key here is that UCF without Dylan Gabriel have not been the same. They've lost 3 of their past 4, failing to cover all 4 of those games. Their lone win came against a really down East Carolina team, winning only 20-16 as a 10-point favorite. They were held to 359 yards to the Pirates, 326 yards to Navy in recent games. Memphis, a really strong offensive team, averaging nearly 500 yards a game, but they're running the football for 5 yards a carry. Quarterback Seth Hennigan completing 61% of his passes, and he's averaging 9.5 yards per pass attempt. You look at the Knights quarterback and Michael King, just 5.2 yards per pass attempt last week, and 5.5 2 weeks ago against Navy. So I'm going to go ahead and take Memphis in this one. They opened at 2.5, and the line has moved now to Memphis here at minus 1.5, Chris.
Yeah, Tony, I don't know if you heard the background, but the dog started barking, and we know the Rodzawacki super system.
Yeah.
But that's why I muted my mic so that we couldn't hear it, because I like Memphis as well. I think they're the healthier team here. And, if it was anybody else but Mikey Keene for UCF, I think we could have an easier time maybe making a case for the Knights. But the ground attack from Memphis, along with the quarterback, it's healthy versus injured, I think, in this one, and it's an injury at the biggest position. So I like Memphis in this one.
Yeah,
as well.
and UCF, they're not used to pounding. They're used to talking about, a bowl game, a New Year's Day bowl, and I think it's the morale a little low here when especially for these mid-majors who are used to competing for New Year's Day bowl, and you're kind of looking at a minor bowl. It's a big letdown for this team. So I like the Memphis Tigers here, minus 1.5. Guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium tonight. I've got a 3-pack across the board here. College football. We got the baseball game up there as well as an NBA. So visit me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also part of the 2-for-1 cap promotion. You can match me up with, me and Chris with my 3, 7, and 30-day all sports pass. We got also Rod Zawacki, Brian Bittler, Javan Burst has been tearing up. James Clark's doing great work. Joe D'Amico, Dion D'Amico. 2-for-1 cap promotion, your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on with the show. Time for the recap. We got Javan Birch to help us here with the recap. We start with Dion. She was on Colorado plus 8.5 against Cal. We have Joe D'Amico, Virginia plus 6.5 against Georgia Tech. Javan was on the Spurs plus 7.5 against the Nuggets. Brian Bittler was on Colorado State laying the 3 against Utah State. Chris, Raptors, Celtics under 218.5. Rod Zawacki, Oilers, Golden Knights over 6.5. Goran, take Chelsea and Norwich over 2.5, and Chelsea to win the return minus 125. Yours truly, Memphis, minus 1.5 against UCF. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, I got to keep it on the NHL. I got to stick with Rod and that Oilers Golden Knights over 6.5. I think we see at least 7 or 8 goals in that game.
All right, looking at a high-scoring game there. Oilers Golden Knights, a late game tonight. All right, Jovan, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Celtics under. Raptors, horrible, just a horrible display that last game, and the Celtics couldn't hit the couldn't hit this the red side of a barn. So, you know what I mean. So yeah, take the under in that game. 218.
Yeah, I'm agreeing there with the under here with the Raptors. Celtics under 218.5. Boy, they need a lot of help. Those poor Raptors, Chris.
Yeah, well, yes. We had a few good years, and now it just feels like good old days where the Raptors were probably going to be in the draft lottery again.
We're going to look at a complete fire sale here at the trade deadline. You feel it coming?
It wouldn't surprise me. I think if anybody, it's probably going to be Pascal Siakam that goes, but I think OG Anunoby and Van Vliet are the two that stay.
All right, there we go. All right, sadly, the Toronto Raptors could be a long season. We'll see. But so far, not a good start. And even Nick Nurse looked terrible. Didn't look very happy, disheartened, in his interview at the end of the game. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Drive Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time for the morning show. You got Rod Zawacki, Brian Bittler. We've also have Joe Madden, Mitch, and of course a lot of the Drive Thru cappers will be on the shows this weekend, giving out live free sports picks for the football on Saturday and Sunday. And don't forget, we'll be back here on Monday at 6 Eastern time. Let's bring in the crew from tonight. We're going to wave goodnight to everyone. Have yourself